Okay, so today we will be having the continuation of our lesson last time. Okay, last time we had tackled about the intuitive thinking, di ba, tsaka strategic analysis. Okay, wherein you have differentiated the two. Okay, so strategic analysis needs to have a step-by-step, okay, analysis. Okay, using the SWOT. And then meron tayo tinatawag na intuitive thinking. Okay, kumbaga gut feeling lang. Okay, we are using this intuitive thinking in an emergency situation. Okay, unlike strategic analysis, which requires more time rather than intuitive thinking. Okay, so on continuation, so this will be a short discussion now. Okay, naputol lang kasi nung last time na. So using intuitive thinking naman in different in different social networks. Okay, what are those social networks ba? Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag na variety of networks. Okay, so each person is engaged in a variety of networks associated with his or her multiple roles and interests in the community. Okay, so according to Arzadon et al. 2017, now these networks can be, among others, political, economic, tsaka socio-cultural. Okay, so ang variety of networks na tinutukoy when it comes to intuitive thinking are this follows, no? So meron tayong political networks, socio-cultural or tinatawag din natin social networks. Meron din naman tayong tinatawag na economic networks. Okay, so what are those variety of networks mean? Okay, let's get to it one by one. So political network. So when we say political network, okay, your political networks are composed, okay, of relations with government officials, student government, and community leaders, among others, from the word itself, political. Okay, so politika. Okay, so your political networks natin, under niya, sina government offices, government officials, no, student governments, community leaders, okay, and among others. Okay, so meaning, if we are going to talk about persons under political networks, lahat ng mga nasa opisina ng gobyerno. Okay, official, student man yan. The student government will also included in the political networks, community leaders. Okay, so yun ang tinatawag nating political networks. Now, from the word itself, economic naman. Lahat naman na may kinalaman sa economic o ekonomiya natin. So economic networks, you belong to cover the manufacturer, kasama sa economic network, the agents, mga ahente, sellers of the goods you consume, such as those in stores, okay, mga seller ng stores, ng groceries, ng markets, ng mga malls, pati yung mga money lenders, okay, yung mga nagpapautang. Okay, so those, lahat ng yon kasama sa economic networks. Try to visualize and try to comprehend the examples of those networks. Kasi later on, you're going to answer the activity regarding that, okay, in which persons, or which who are the people rather, okay, is implementing these networks. Okay, so again, political networks, composed of the government officials, the student government, the community leaders, and the others. And the other hand, when we say economic networks, okay, though it belongs to the manufacturers, agents, mga ahente, the sellers ng mga goods na kinukonsume ng mga tao, kagaya ng mga nasa stores, sa groceries, sa market, sa malls, and even the money lenders, yung mga nagpapautang. And lastly, tinatawag natin socio-cultural or social network. Okay, so your socio-cultural or social networks are those belonging to your dance troupe. Okay, it can be choir, it can be reading club, band, arts club, or theater company. So all of those na may kinalaman sa society natin. Okay, so lahat yon ay miyembro ng sinatawag nating social network. Okay, dance troupe, choir, reading club, banda, arts club, or theater company. Okay, meron din itong mga kinship ties, neighborhood associations, okay, friendship clubs, okay, and veterans associations also belong to the social network wherein people constantly engage in close communication and interaction through visits, phone calls, text messages, and activities of common interest. So kasama dyan yung HOA na tinatawag, the Homeowners Association, nandiyan din. We do have the Veterans Association. Okay, as long as they are constantly engaging in close communication. no, in interaction, okay, through visits nga daw, through phone calls, through text messages and activities of common interest. Okay, so pang societal naman ang ating social networks. Okay, then the people involved no, when it comes to social networks or socio-cultural are as follows. Okay, so yung mga dance troupe, choir, etc. Hanggang dito sa mga kinship ties tsaka sa mga neighbors or neighboring neighborhood associations. Next, under ng ating socio-cultural or social networks, of course, when we talk about society, there will be community. Okay, under it. Okay, so when we say community, firstly, no social networks first appears no, as clusters and support groups of people who share similar interests, backgrounds, and real-life connections. Again, pag sinabi natin social network, okay, meaning niya appears as clusters and support groups of people who share similar interests, background, and real-life connections. So they are avenues no, for meeting new friends, no, reuniting with old and lost friends, no, exchanging gifts and favors, and developing cooperation. Okay, so that is social network. Okay, pag sinabi naman natin community, under pa rin ng social network natin. So the community is home not to this web of interrelations and interconnections of people and institutions. Community refers to a particular geographic location with people living under the same set of laws and recognizing common leaders. Studies of community linkages deal usually with who was interacting with who. Okay, community natin, again, it refers to a particular geographic location kung saan no, yung mga taong naninirahan ay nasa isang set of laws no, and recognizing common leaders. No, parang sa atin. Okay, this is a community no, of people. Okay, yung ating tinitirahan. Okay, so that is community. Another concept in the study of social ties ay tinatawag natin center of influence. Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag na center of influence. Okay, so of course from the word itself, no, influences. Sino nga ba yung mga influensya? Okay, pagdating sa community level natin. Okay, sino yung mga center of influences? Okay, so these are the person to whom people gravitate around. Okay, this person rather, who can give favors, no, who can command and make things happen. Sino yung mga examples ng center of influence? Examples of center of influence are the mayor, okay, a judge, okay, a barangay captain, a school principal, okay, a university president, no, among others. Okay, so yun yung mga tinatawag natin center of influence. Okay, yung may mga katungkulan okay, sa ating community. Okay, best examples are as follows, no? Sina mayor, sina judge, no? Ang mga barangay captain, no? The school principal, or even a university president if there is a university within the community. Okay, so yun yung tinatawag natin mga center of influence. By the way, no, the PowerPoint presentation is available naman sa Genuine. And then lastly, no, those influences, no, his or her influence, no, transcends, no, the boundaries of social networks, and thus rather reaches other kinds of networks. No, a center of influence has many people rather and institutions, no, attached to him or her, no, thereby creating a substantial influence in the community. Okay, so minsan yung mga center of influence, no, hindi lang sila napapako into one network. Okay, they can jump over the other. Okay, pwede silang nasa political network, pwede rin silang mapunta sa social network, also pwede rin silang mapunta sa economic network. So yung mga center of influence natin. Okay, so yun lang naman na as a continuation ng ating lesson. So these are the social networks. Now, using intuitive thinking in social networks. Okay, so again, huwag kalimutan that our variety of networks are as follows: the political, socio-cultural or social, and economic networks. And also don't forget those following persons or people involved in each networks. Political man, economic man, or socio-cultural or social network. Questions so far? regarding the social networks? That will be the last statement. If none, kindly hit the thumbs up button. Then we will proceed to our activity. Okay, it seems that it's very clear. So punta tayo sa ating activity for today. Sa activity natin, just kindly look for the lesson package entitled Trends Lesson, Intuitive Thinking in Social Networks. So in this activity of yours, okay, first is it has something to do pa rin with the strategic analysis and intuitive thinking. And then the second part will be about the lesson that we are that we have discussed today. Okay, for your activity, kindly listen first to the instruction before proceeding. So wait for a while, lakihan natin ng konti. Okay, as you can see, okay, let's have first the letter A. So this is part 1 and part 2. Meron tayo letter A at letter B. Sa letter A, it's all about the strategic analysis and the intuitive thinking. No, direction. Examine the picture below. Okay, as easy as that. Okay, meron na rin paliwanag dun sa picture. Okay, Romel, a 5-year-old boy, puts a label salt into a jar of sugar. Actually, he has been observing it almost every day because many ants are attacking the jar. Okay, so again, si Romel, which is a 5-year-old boy, okay, nilagyan niya ng label na salt, no, yung jar of sugar. Okay, kasi inoobserbahan niya to almost every day at napakaraming langgam lagi na umaatake doon sa jar. Okay, so you're going to answer the following questions. Okay, first, no question. Why do you think Romel has labeled the jar of sugar salt? Okay, so sa tingin ninyo, bakit kaya salt ang nilagay na label no, nung 5-year-old boy no, na si Romel doon sa jar of sugar? Okay, so you're just going to reason out. Okay, sa tingin ninyo, bakit salt ang nilagay niya the label dun sa jar of sugar? Given this situation here above, okay, that's the first question. Second one, okay, you're just going to identify here. Okay, if it is strategic way, no, strategic analysis or intuitive thinking. Okay, ang ginamit niya. Second one, did he use intuitive or strategic way of thinking? Why? Sa tingin niyo, sa paglagay niya ng label na salt into a jar of sugar, okay, sa tingin niyo, is it intuitive thinking? Does it fall under that one? Or does it fall under strategic analysis or a strategic way of thinking? Then kindly justify your answer. Okay, either kung ano yung sagot ninyo. And then lastly, what is lacking in this problem-solving skill? Okay, what is lacking? So meaning, no, you have a clue here na there is lacking no, when it comes to the problem-solving skill no, ni Romel. Okay, so ano sa tingin niyo yung kulang sa kanyang problem-solving skill no, na ginawa niya dun sa may jar of sugar na nilagyan niya na label na salt. No, you're just going to reason out. No, try to find out ano yung kulang. Okay, dun sa kanyang problem-solving skill, or you can also suggest okay, kung ano yung dapat na ginawa niya. Okay, that's letter A. Sa letter B naman natin, another 15 points for a total of 30 points. Letter B, directions. Identify 5 persons who work under the given network. Okay, just like what I mentioned earlier. Okay, direction. Identify 5 persons who work under the given network. Okay, pwede lang, magbigay lang kayo no, ng mga personality or mga tao no, na sa tingin ninyo nagtatrabaho or involved no, in a particular network. Let's say, for example, in a political network, no, 5 economic network, no, 5 people in socio-cultural network. Okay, so pakilagay na lang dyan. Pakilagay na lang ng label. No, political network, tapos A, B, C, D, E. Sunod, economic network, A, B, C, D, E, so on and so forth. Okay, so tagdilima pong person or people okay, who is working under the particular or certain network. Is that clear? Yun lang naman yun, ha? Kindly hit the thumbs up button kung clear tayo doon. Okay, very well. So you may now start answering your activity. You still have an ample time not to finish that one. Okay, so you may now proceed to your change.